Flosstube friends, it's time for another episode. Hi everybody, I'm Annie, Joy-Filled Stitcher, and this is my YouTube channel about cross stitch. You have reached a video about cross stitch. If you ended up here somehow by mistake, turn back now. No, I'm just kidding. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to this video. This is Flosstube number 48, and it is Friday, April the 17th. And yes, I did have to look down at my notes to know what day of the week it was and what the date is. I do know it's Friday because I knew my video and I was super excited. I'm coming to you from the floor. I am popping a squat on the floor again. Have you ever heard that expression, popping a squat? Anyway, to all of you who are returning, I'm going to thank the returning folks first, who have been with me for one video or for 48 videos. Welcome back. I love you immensely, and I am so happy to have you tuning in each week, leaving me awesome comments, being super uplifting and supportive, giving me those thumbs up, subscribing, all the things that you do. And if you are new here, this is maybe your first of my weekly Friday updates, I call them Fun Friday Flosstube updates. Welcome. I am happy to have you here as well. Each and every one of you are special to me. You are dear to me. I think of you as my own little family, and because my family's small, so I need all the family. So, what do we got in store this week for this video? Well, we've got some life updates. I'll do some life updates smattering here and there. You know me, I'm anecdotal at best. I've got finishes, got a start, or more. I have some whips that I worked on this week. I have some plans to chat about, not much because ultimately plans are about to happen in May, and stash. So yeah. I hope everybody has had a great week. It was a fast week. I put out a lot of videos. So since last Friday's video, Flosstube 47, I did two stash adventures. I decided those were my stash adventures. So I took you on a tour of some of my kitted projects and also into some of my patterns that are either partially kitted or not kitted at all. And I ended up with a big old bucket of things for Mania. So I am going to show those to you today. Not like fully in depth, but I figured if you didn't go and watch my stash adventure videos, could see what I'm like working on. So first thing though, I have to share with you some delicious snacks I found. And I have to like, after I show them to you, I'm going to have to like sequester them to the other room because they're so good. And they're actually not terrible for you. So I did a Target drive up order. And these were like on a circle discount. It's some kind of extra discount you get if you have a red card. And I was like, oh, I'll try them because I like almonds. So they're called Skinny Dipped Almonds. This one is probably my most favorite. It's the super dark and sea salt. This one's equally as good. This is dark chocolate cocoa. And then this one is really good too. This is dark chocolate peanut butter. Now it's not super sweet. They don't have any added like sweeteners to them, which is awesome. So like this one only has peanuts, tree nuts, milk. Oh no, sorry. Peanuts, tree nuts. It has almonds, semi-sweet chocolate, cocoa butter, peanut wafer. Anyway, they're delicious. Oh my gosh, I have to move them out of the way because if I eat them, I'm going to get them in my teeth. Got my drink of the evening, which is Topo Chico, which for those of you who don't know is a mineral water that is good for you because it has good magnesium that helps with all the things that are supposed to happen. So yeah, one other thing I have to show you. So there's been this like little movement going around on Facebook to support our seniors of 2020 to share your senior picture out of your yearbook. So I shared mine. So this is my behemoth of a yearbook. This would be a beast. Every yearbook is like this. So I have a tub of them, and the tub weighs 8,000 pounds because I have 13 of these. One for every year I went to school. I went to private school, K through 12. And for our senior year, we were given a full page in the yearbook. So just wait for it. Wait for it. That be me. The hair, the class ring. I had no shoes on. Anyway, I just had to relish you with that. So feel free to share your senior picture on your Flosstube if you have a Flosstube channel. Let me put that over here. All right, so we'll do COVID-19 at the end. But I will say this past weekend was Easter, so I hope everybody that celebrates Easter, or yeah, anybody that celebrates Easter, had a wonderful weekend. I know that a lot of people could not really spend time with family. It poured down rain. So our sweet Easter bunny hid eggs inside the house. And so we had a little mini egg hunt, and Joy-filled little one got money in her eggs and got Lego minifigures. And those are the things that she loves. So she was super excited. And then she got some little treasures in an Easter basket. She got a Trolls Lego set. Oh, we watched Trolls. I ended up renting it on Friday afternoon. I don't know if I talked about this in my video last week, but we rented it Friday afternoon. Watched it Friday. We watched it Saturday. And we were going to watch it Sunday because you get 48 hours on it. Super cute. Can't wait till it comes out. We really like the first one. She likes the little show on Netflix, but it doesn't have Justin Timberlake, so I'm kind of like, meh. Only if it has Justin Timberlake. Is it worth my time? And then, sorry. I got the giggles. Justin Timberlake does that too. Anywho, so she got a Trolls Lego set, and then we just kind of hung out and did whatever. And then we went that afternoon and we had just a little quick meal with my parents at their house. They've been social distancing. We've been social distancing. We felt okay with going over and having a meal. And then we came home and just were kind of chill the rest of the evening. We kind of ate about 2 o'clock. And then filmed Stash Dive videos, filmed one on Friday and then put it up, I think, on Sunday. And then filmed one on Tuesday and put it up on Tuesday. And y'all have been awesome with the feedback. Let me tell you. The comments have just, like I said last week, I go back and I reread them because it makes me feel like I'm part of something bigger than just this little moment in time. So, yeah, Easter weekend was great. Got some stitching in. This week I haven't been as busy stitching, but that's just because school's taken a lot of my time with both my own position and Joy-filled little one schooling. So I'll get into a little bit more of that kind of towards the end. Let's get into showing some stitching. How about that? So yet again, I have kind of a mixed bucket. I just kind of threw things in my bucket as I was working on them throughout the week. So I can't guarantee that like starts and finishes and all that are kind of where they need to be. But I will say I had 2 that I started and finished this week. So I started them this week. It was more like the weekend. Started them and finished them. So the first one that I did a start and a finish on is, it's one of the Be Well and Stitch patterns. This is by Priscilla and Chelsea Stitching with the Housewives. It is on 16 count Aida. It's like a light gray Aida from Mystic Fabrics. And this is their Chicken Love. And so I'm going to see if I can put a piece of paper behind this and make it look a little bit better. It calls for 2 of the ecru chickens with the letters also being an ecru. I ended up changing my chickens to like a light brown and a medium brown. And then I just used colors from my stash. And then I thought my letters were a little light, and so I ended up outlining them in the lightest chicken color. And the 2 chickens are actually in Dinky dies from a grab bag. And so I just think this is really cute. I am going to finish it. I got some materials to finish. But I don't know what kind of finish I'm going to do. I mean, ultimately, I'm thinking like a small pillow or look a little ornament type thing. I don't know. I even thought like a flat finish with a magnet that I can put on my magnet board over there. I'm not sure yet. Haven't decided that yet. But anyway, that was a start and a finish. That was a fun little stitch, so I enjoyed that. This is actually another finish. This is a Kathy pouch. Kathy, my dear friend, who has been tuning in to this wonderful world of mine for so very long. Loved my share. I shared with her the video that I used, kind of similar. It's not really a video I used, but the construction is similar to how I put my pouches together. And I will link it in the description box below. She made 2 of them and sent them to me. And so this one has been housing this project for the time being. And this is Blackbird Designs by the Chimney with Care. And this is one of their stocking series. I actually acquired mine before they were back in print. And I was lucky enough to have put an in search of on one of the stash unload pages. And somebody said, hey, go check out, what is the name of the shop? Because I actually have something from them that I found in there. The Needle Workshop, which is out of Wisconsin. The Needle Workshop has one in one of their albums, and I actually got it at retail. Then shortly thereafter, they decided to start reprinting them. But I'm sorry, I have been working on this one right here. And I did a complete color and cotton conversion. I will include my conversion below. The fabric is a mystery grab bag fabric, so I cannot unfortunately tell you, but it is a color and cotton. I do not know which one. It is an 18 count Aida. And this is my finished stocking. So I did a complete color and cotton conversion. Now to figure out how to finish a stocking. And spoiler alert, I bought some more of the charts. Because I loved it. It was such a fun, quick stitch. Now nothing is fun or quick for me because I have a bajillion whips. But yeah. And my palette, like I said, was color and cotton. So I will share my colors that I used because I believe they are all readily available. I think I bought them off the website to kit this. So I will share them with you because I really enjoyed that. Okay, so I put some more time into the project that lives in this bag. This is a Garon tote bag. And this is my, the egg one that has my gathering eggs chart. This is Mirabilia's gathering eggs, and I love this. I am stitching this on a piece of 32 count Storm Lugana. It's Picture This Plus. I got it off of 1-2-3 Stitch. And I got a bit more of the border done. So I literally only have just one more color right here. And then this will continue down. But I like how, I thought it was a printing error, but I was wrong. But as you can see, there's light and dark spots in the border. And so that's what this is shaping up to be, is the light and dark spots in the border. So the next time I pull this out, I have one more color to put in here. It's a lighter pink. And then I'd like to start working on some of the insides, the innards. We are actually waiting on dinner right now. We have ordered from a Italian food restaurant that has really good wood-fired pizzas. So that's going to be super exciting. And they have really good Caesar salad, from what I've heard. Like a good classic Caesar salad. I'm kind of a Caesar salad snob. I like a really good one. I like it to be garlicky and a bit anchovy-y. I have to go get my ice cream off the porch, so I will be right back. Yes, you did hear me correctly that I was getting ice cream off the porch. We used Favor, which is one of our delivery services, to get some ice cream from one of the local shops. We're trying to support local. We're eating a lot at home. Also, would you like to see what I got in my Amazon packages? I pulled these off the porch. They have been Cloroxed. So I had been wanting to read this series, and this book was on a deal. So this is a whole series. This is The Twisted Tales by Liz Braswell. And this is A Whole New World. This is the first one. And it says, what if Aladdin had never found the lamp? And there's a ton of these. And what drew me back into this series is they recommended to me the one for Elsa and Anna for Frozen. So I'm excited. I haven't had an actual book reading in my hands. I've been doing Audible or things like that, and so exciting. Let me see what else I got. Yeah. What's in this one? Oh yes. So I got AirPods for my walking, and so I of course wanted a cute case, so I got a few options. I got this one that actually kind of matches my phone that's maybe apparently broken. I don't know how these work exactly, but I got this one. We're having an interlude here, an Amazon interlude. Is that okay? Are we okay with that? If not, just fast forward until you see more cross stitch. What's in this one? Oh yes, this is the one my Joy-Filled little one is most excited about. When she saw me perusing and saw this one, she said, "You must get it." So I'm going to see which style I like best, because that one's hard and this one is silicone. So this is Minnie Mouse. And then it has like either a carabiner or the little tether thing. And so the whole purpose of these is to make it so you don't lose your case. You can like clip it on to your keys or whatever. So anyway, that was a little brief Amazon haul. All right, I showed gathering eggs. So now, this is also a Garon tote bag. I'm fairly certain almost all my bags are Garon tote bags today. And in here have some of my Be Well and Stitch pieces. So this is the Blue Flowers, Let Joy Be Unconfined. And I put a little bit of progress into this. This is on a piece of 18 count Aida from Mystic Fabrics. And I worked a little bit in some of the vines. So let me fold this so I can get it a little bit closer. So I worked in that vine right there and this vine right here. So loving it, loving it, loving it. This is a fun one. There are so many good patterns in the Be Well and Stitch movement. There's so many. So there's that one. And somebody was mentioning, I think it was Erin 2 Martini Stitcher, and I think she referenced another Flosstuber or Instagrammer. Is that a mosquito? I'm sorry, I am like bing, 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 bing. Who each Friday is starting like a new Be Well and Stitch, like on Fridays. And I think that's a great idea. I worked on that one last Friday, so. All right, here's another Garon tote bags. This was the April bag of the month, March bag of the month. March? No, April bag of the month. This one holds a new start. This one holds Easter Bunny Row by Bent Creek. And I am using Priscilla's Conversion for this. And I am stitching this on a piece of Be Stitch Me 18 count in Artemis. I do link everything below, so please take note of anything that you might have questions about. It might be in the description box below. It likely won't be there until tomorrow. I do not usually spend time. So I have the very briefest of starts. I did a center start on this. And I have MNO. And one of the changes that she did is instead of there being this sleeping like peep-like bunny, she did 3 more of the chicks. And so I love the little chicks. So I did the chicks because there's other bunnies in the pattern. And I'm loving this piece of fabric. Brandy has some beautiful fabrics. I love all the fabrics. And I'm still waiting on Color and Cotton, and it's like every day I'm like, please let me get it. Because, not because I'm like being impatient. I am impatient because I want to see all the pretty fabrics. I'm excited about them. And I know they are working hard, and a lot of people have been shopping with them. Update on their floss sale that I mentioned last week. There were some still available even the following day, but it was way dwindled. Like over half were gone. I might have put in a second order for a lot of the colors that were remaining. And I might be passing some of those along to you. Hint, hint, wink, wink. I'll do my not so cute wink. All right, so then this week for Enchanted Stitching, I used, did I use anything I've already showed you? No. So we're getting into those. So this project lives in a 12 by 18 Garon toten bag. Repeating theme. And I pulled this project out for Enchanted Stitching this week. And this is my Long Dog Samplers, Seeking Solace. I started this for hashtag Long Dog Leap Day Sal with Aaron G. Martini Stitcher and a bunch of amazing other stitchers. The Grand Guard is also a Garon toten bag. And I finished out, this is page 1's border, and I finished out all of the border in this color. So it's a little over 300 stitches. And I am stitching this on a piece of 18 count snert from Mystic Fabrics. And my needle minder is an Ollie block. An Ollie block, Ollie dot. So yes, so I'm excited the next time I pick this up to do some more of the colors in the border. I've made a deal with myself that I'm going to do the borders before I do any of the fun stuff in the page, because the borders are pretty tedious. And I think if I start working on all the pages on the interior stuff before I work the border, I'll get like where I don't want to do the border. And I think the border is going to make the project along with everything else. It's just a beautiful piece. Okay. Then, this was a start and a finish. This is a SewMuch2Luv Project bag. This is Heart and Hand Square Dance. That's the wrong chart. One moment, please. I'm in the next chart because I finished the first chart. I worked and finished April. And as you can see, April was charted in all pretty much orange, green, and brown. I did my own conversion. I will post what my conversion is in the show notes below. I loved this one. This was a fun one to do. This is on a piece of 18 count Aida from Mystic Fabrics. It is an unknown dye lot. I do not know. It does not have a name. And I did heirloom carrots. So I have purple carrots, I have golden brown carrots, and I have orange carrots. And I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And then I did teal, a teal color for the borders. And I think that color is, I'm not going to think, I'm going to actually tell you. Tartan Plaid from Classic Colorworks. So I will share my conversion because I think they're all still available colors because I've got Pickled Beets. I used Pickled Beets. That's like one of my most favorite colors ever is Pickled Beets. So I love that. It will get put away until May. And I've got to figure out how I'm going to work in my monthly pieces with Mania when you see my Mania bucket. I might start May on that one early because that one I already have. The other two are mysteries, so I might not have that option. Okay, I also pulled out for I used that for Enchanted Stitching this week. I pulled out this project that lives in this bag. This is a SewMuch2Luv bag. And this is Ink Circles Rosetta, which looks like this on the chart. Those of you that have been with me long enough will know that I am doing mine in a rainbow of colors. I took a cue from Jennifer Upton, who was doing all of hers in some bright mauve sale. And when I went to the Stitch Niche and was kitting this up, I literally picked every color I loved off the Gentle Arts wall and figured out what it was going to look like. And all of my borders are in cinders, which Carla and I both, Carla Rolodex Stitches, are both obsessed with cinders. It might be my most favorite color ever. Okay, that's hard to say because there's a lot of really good colors. And then I actually have a little ornament, a pretty little accoutrement on my floss ring. This is from St. Patrick's Cathedral. It's a keychain that I bought there. And this project reminds me of rose windows, especially the rose window at my church. And so, yeah. And I have a Garon Grime Guard on here. And this is on 20 count opalescent snert from Mystic Fabrics. So I started working some more in here, and then I've realized that this whole little fiddly bit right here is supposed to be like over here. So I've got some pulling out to do. So I was working on this a little bit this afternoon when I realized it messed up because I was like, that doesn't look like it's going to make a circle. And normally I'll just wing it, but this is a pretty big project, and I think that error would stand out. So I went, I'm going to have to fix it. So it is going to be, have the stitches pulled out this evening, I think. I'm going to spend time doing that. I hate it. I try to fudge if I can. I don't think I can fudge this one. I just really don't think I can. And then I will finish this up hopefully by the end of the weekend for homework, for tasks. So I love this project. I don't pull it out enough. I'm still not like just the best at stitching with one strand, and with that 20 count, it's a 1 strand project. But it'll be fine. It'll be fine. All right. So then I'm still working on this for a task in Enchanted Stitching, because I used Square Dance and I only needed 250 to get Royal level, and I ended up finishing the project. So that took me like an extra day. And so I'm a little bit behind on my prompts, but that's okay. I'm kind of like rolling with it right now. I used to try to finish all my homework by like Wednesday, and then I was like, what am I going to stitch on? Now if it kind of spread things out, I stitch on what I want to stitch on. It is what it is. Remember, we talked about that. It is what it is. I stitch on what I want to stitch on. Plum Street Samplers, Noah's Christmas Arc. I am working on the giraffes. I gave the crocodiles to my mom last year. This lives in a Be Crafty bag. And it's just some fun winter scene fabric. And I also have my flosses in a Bitsy Bob from That So Calico. And I am, like I said, still working through this. So I added some more. I added in the red ornaments and the red for the candy cane. And then next I'm going to do some stitching in the white color. I think it's 822, so it's white-ish, which will complete the candy cane. And then there's snowballs all around. And then I'm going to start working in one color of the giraffe. So this is stitching up super fast. I know I talked about how I moved from the 36 count over to the 18 count Aida, so they'll be the same size. Aida just stitches faster for me. Not that I don't love linen, not that I don't love even weave, but if I, like my behemoth projects, the big projects, my box, my big old projects, I tend to pick Aida, which I know that like, especially with samplers and stuff, like obviously you want to pick like linen maybe, but I'm kind of liking all the Aida right now. Good thing, because that's about all that's coming from Color and Cotton. Although I did, because my 36 count Fat 8 is about to end, I did a 6-month prepay like back around November. That's about to end, and so I decided that when that ends, I'm going to pick up 32 count even weave, because I'd love to try some even weave from Color and Cotton. And I'm going to still get my 18 count Aida. Alright, so that is all that I worked on. It doesn't really seem like that much, but it was enough. It was good. It was kind of an interesting stitching week, because I felt like I was having to like reward myself with stitching instead of just stitching whenever it felt like I had to meet certain goals within the day. Like I had to make sure that this was done, this was done, this was done, this was done. I've never really been like that before, but I guess being home as much as I am, I feel like I need to be like accomplishing things. But the weekends I usually rock through a bunch of stitching, because the weekends I'm just like, peace out, yo. I'm going to sit and I'm going to stitch. And what else has helped this week a little bit, although today I think that's what messed up Rosetta. For Easter, little one got Animal Crossing. So she's really enjoying. She gets about an hour a day. It's not much. I kind of try to limit with having her on the Chromebook a bunch for school, and she likes to watch like shows on like animated shows on Netflix, or like she watched part of Onward the other day. She really doesn't have much screen time, so she gets about an hour of Animal Crossing. So like all these people who are on these all amazing levels, and she's like, Mommy, I was talking to so-and-so on FaceTime, and they're like on this level, and they have this many bells, and they already have a house. And I was like, honey, you're just not on enough, and that's okay. Like if it takes you a year to get a house, it's okay. You're just having fun. She loves to go out and chop wood out of trees and leave it on the ground and hit stones and try to catch fish. I mean, like, it's just fun for her. But anyway, today she was playing, And I was like, I'm going to work on Rosetta while she's playing for this little bit of time. That might have been the problem, because I was like, Mommy, look, oh, it's his birthday. Oh, I need to work on I'm going to make a shirt. I'm going to custom design a shirt just for, she calls him Carlos. It's Charisse, but she calls him Carlos for Carlos's birthday. I'm like, honey, it's not Carlos, it's Charisse. But anyway, so I think that the look at this, look at this, look at this, and then I was like trying to go back and look at my iPad. So, needless to say, I might not be able to stitch during Animal Crossing. I might have also created my own character, but I've not even been on hardly at all because I want to stitch during my free time. So, it's fun. It's a fun game. I know some people have asked for codes and stuff. I think I'd like to play with her. And I think the problem is I don't know. I think I'd have to get my own copy to play with her. I can come and play with her, but it'll follow her. Hold on. I had to, little pause, a little phone call pause. So anyway, I was saying, like, I don't think I can focus on, Animal Crossing. That's cute. It's a fun game. But I think if I'm going to play with her, I have to have my own account. Or it will follow her around and not me. I don't know. I know you can visit other people. I don't know that it's worth my time investigating. But I know that people have been posting their friend codes. And I was like, okay, that might be kind of cool to go visit, like, Jen Upton's or Garrett Coffee Stitcher, because I saw them post. I was like, I'll go visit them. Anyway, oh my gosh, that was an Animal Crossing tangent. Okay, so plans. So I have my enchanted stitching task that I need to finish, which is Rosetta and Noah's Ark. This next week I need to do my April linens and threads portion and my April almanac, animal almanac. So those need to get done before May, because Mania, hashtag Mania, Stitch Mania. Ugh. This is my Stitch Mania bouquet. My Stitch Mania bucket. I got this bucket at Target. It is big enough to fit all 87 of my projects. It's not 87, but it's more than 20. I did like I said, the Chew Stash adventure, so I'm going to share with you the projects that I've decided to start if I stick with it all the way through. I'm afraid I'm susceptible to burnout. So I have some that are specific to certain dates. So let me show you those first. So the first one that is a specific date, let me find it. It's in a cute bag. Is I am doing, this is the collaboration piece between Heartstring Samplery and the Scarlet House. This is Berry Bowl Sampler. And I've had several of you ask me if I'm planning to piece my fabric together before I start stitching. I do intend to do that. I need to go investigate how to do that. If it looks like it's going to make it more challenging to stitch towards this middle piece, I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to see how this all works. I feel like Vonna might have a tutorial on it, or somebody really good. Like, not me, because I'm like, what? Piece and stuff before? No. Anyway, so this is going to be May 1st. I am doing the hashtag Berry Bowl Sow with Kristen of Blue Bonnets and Whiskey and Christine of McMama Hollis. Hollis Hand Creates is her shop. I think she might still have some of these in stock. So that is a for sure start on May 1st. May 3rd, I will be starting Suffragette by Little House Needleworks. It's 6 months before Election Day, so I feel like that might be enough time to get it finished. I am going to be joining the hashtag, which is Stitching with the Sisterly started it. I know Erin 2 Martini Stitcher is doing it. Carla of Carla Being Crafty is. Michelle Bendy is, and Michelle Bendy's doing some really cool converting and adding all sorts of dates and stuff. Like, I'm blown away by what she's going to do. So yeah, I'm excited to jump on board with that. And then I have one other one that is a planned start, and that is it lives in this really pretty bag. This is Blackbird Designs, All Joys for Thine. And I am going to start this on May 19th. And you may go, well, Annie, what is so special about May 19th? Well, May 19th was my very first Flosstube adventure, my very first Flosstube video, and so I will be starting this on my 1-year Flosstube anniversary. So yes, so stay tuned. All right, so, and I do think I might, this was not one I showed because it was sitting on my couch. This lives in a bag I created with some really cute Wizard of Oz fabric, and this is by the Little Stitcher on Etsy, and this is her Wizard of Oz. This is the Wizard of Oz. And Frank Elbaum, who wrote the Wizard of Oz and all of the following, all of the, you know, stories beyond, his birthday is May 15th. So if this gets started, I might start it on his birthday, which is May 15th. Don't ask me how I know that. Google. All right, so I also would like to start Lizzie Kate Cherish All Living Things. Lindy Stitches. This is Hedgehog House. This is out of Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine, the spring edition, which you can still get a digital copy of off of their website. You cannot, as far as I know, you can no longer get the print copy. They are sold out, but you can get the digital subscription, which is how I get it, because I'm perfectly fine with that because I stitch everything off my iPad for the most part. Also, Lindy Stitches, instead of Stitch Mania, she's calling it Stitch Sania, S-A-N-I-A. So I'm going to be doing a kind of Mania Sania. I'm going to allow my maniac-like starting to add sanity to my life. So I'm doing Stitch Mania and Stitch Sania all together. But she started that and she said you can absolutely use that hashtag if you are stitching a Lindy Stitches project. Share it with her. I think she has a specific one. I'll link it below. So yeah, living in this SewMuch2Luv bag is a big project. Now, this is Barbara Anna Designs. All creatures great and small. This project is not small. It is great big. I got a lot of big ones. I mean, I have some medium-sized ones and a few small ones, but I got a lot of big ones. All right. I also am planning to start Country Cottage Needleworks Liberty Lane, which I am going to be stitching with Priscilla's Conversion. I do link her blog in my description box every week because I almost always talk about something. This was a fan favorite after my first video, so I will be starting Tiny Modernist Love Builds a Happy Home. This was another fan favorite. This is Bent Creek's The Noah's Ark Mantle. So I am planning to start that. There's a bit of a farm theme. I am going to be starting, I hope, Jardin Privé, Quaker de la Ferme. I'm also hoping the rest of that Adobe floss comes, although realistically, with as many starts as I have, I don't think I'm going to get more than a day in them. So I think one skein's good for now. Farm Life by Little House Needleworks. And Tanya is going to be stitching along with this, and I'm still working on a hashtag. Yeah. Oh, Tanya and Sheila. I think Sheila, or is it Shelia? I think it's Sheila. All right, I am going to be starting Modern Folk Embroidery. This is Spring Dance. That is the one that I'm doing in the beautiful Silks for You silk. I'm going to be starting another one from Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine, and that is Spring Tulips. This is by Stitching with the Housewives. And they are now going to be reoccurring artists in the magazine. Living in this SewMuch2Luv bag, I have Kathy Barrick's Painted Wings. Another SewMuch2Luv bag. This is Blessed is the Life by Little House Needleworks. And I had somebody actually reach out and ask if I would share my conversion for this. I will. Here's the problem. The vast majority of my flosses I'm using, not all of them, but a lot of them are Victorian mottos, which are not available. But I will share what mine is. I will put it either in the description box or a link to a Google Doc with it. Okay? All right, so I'll save that one for last. Living in this project bag, I have, this is Garden Club. There are going to be 6 of these that I stitch. I have the first 2. That would be like truly miraculous if I got past 2. I have Teresa Kogut Prey, which I had not shown you fabric for that. I am going to be stitching out on this really pretty 28 count Dusty Rose Lugana. I'm going to do 2 over 1 on that. These are some that if you watched my video, I needed to kit up, so I will show you what I got. This is Reflect Upon Your Present Blessings, and I am doing this on a piece of kind of one-off dye from Mystic Fabrics, and I pulled in, I didn't have any of the called for DMC, so I pulled up colors that I think are close. So there is my palette. So I'm excited about that one. It is a bit of a smaller project, so I think that's good to have a few smaller ones interspersed with all these gigantic ones. My floss ring is all bumpy. Alright, this was another one that I kitted up after my last video, and that is Hands On Design Smallest Seed. And this is on another piece of that same unknown mystery. And I am stitching this one pretty close. I think it's almost all, I think it's all the called for DMC. I actually had these. And then I had to pull in one Victorian motto for the gold. So yes. One moment. Yep. Moving on. And then the other one that I kitted up is from Plum Street. This is Jack's Sweet Shop Shepherd's Pie. I am tentatively going to be stitching this on 18 count shale. Not 100% sure. And I am waiting on flosses for this one because I did not really have any of them. And there were some that I wanted called for. So I'm waiting on flosses. So this one may or may not get started depending upon when they arrive. And if it gets, because the way this is going to work is if it is on my, if it is not a set date, it's going to go on a tiny decisions wheel, and then it will get spun as to when it starts. So if that spins early and I don't have the materials for it, then it will just get pushed back to start another time. Now, the question of the day, of the last video was, would you like to see me start Bloom or stack? So theoretically I cannot start both, but I did kit them. So I kitted Bloom with this 25 count Be Stitch Me in Granite. I am going to do it 2 over 1, or 2 over 2, excuse me. And I had to convert the whole thing because I just had to. So I converted it. I've got Victorian mottos. I've got a Dinky Dies. I've got a Gentle Arts. I've got Shabby Sheep, obviously. So there's my palette, and there's the fabric I chose. And as far as what I could tell before I started this video, we are about half and half. So I'm going to let it go a little bit longer, but I'm going to show you both. I'm keeping both in this project bag. And then we've got Barnyard. I also had to convert a bunch, which is fine. I converted. I've got some fun colors in there. And I'm going to do it on this 20 count dot Aida, like the petite point Aida. So if you have not had a chance to vote on which one you would like to see me start, you can vote Bloom or Stack in this video. So what does that total, you might ask? Well, Bloom and Stack would be 1. I'm not starting both, so that's 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 22. Now, 4 are for sure's. The 3 that I mentioned with specific dates, and then I will start the fan favorite. The rest will be yet to be seen, dependent upon how I'm feeling throughout this whole process. So I'm excited though. I'm still debating if I'm going to do any kind. I was thinking I might do like an Instagram live-ish type thing or a YouTube live just like a short little video each day to show my wheel spin, and then I don't know. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. I don't know that I'm going to do daily filming. because I like my weekly videos. So we'll see. I'm not 100% sure what that's going to look like. So, which brings us to joy-filled stashy stash time. So, the very first thing I got, and if you follow me on Instagram, you will have already seen, but I ordered from Zappy Dots. Zappy Dots is going into custom printed clothing. So the first thing, one of the very first things they talked about is they have their Zappy Band. So here's what a Zappy Band is good for, other than knocking my glasses off my face. You can wear it like a neck wrap. Ho-ho, you can wear it face covering. Or you can wear it like a head thing. So anyway, I got one. And I got this other fun print. And they ship super fast. And to be perfectly honest, I do have masks. I have some friends that are much better seamstresses than I am and have sewn up masks. And I have purchased one to donate one, kind of a situation. And so, but that was nice to have one day when I was out walking, and then we were gonna go, and I was wearing it like as a headband, and then I needed to go pick up an order at Target, and it was a drive-up order, but just to be able to cover my nose and mouth, I felt more confident in that. Okay, so then the Needle Workshop, they have a Facebook group, and in the past, or they still do, they post albums of some of their charts they have, and they used to ask you to claim whatever you'd like to claim, and then you kind of have a week to call the shop and give them your information so they could, you know, send your package, pay for it and send your package out. They just recently, within maybe the last month, obviously, they set up PayPal. So now they do a PayPal invoice. You don't have to call the shop, which was super awesome. So I found some fun charts, some I have not seen before or seen in a while. I will link their group below. I think it's one you have to answer some questions to join. I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that. But I thought this was so cute and a cute small. This is Lizzie Kate Farm Sampler. I love that. I mean, this could possibly be something I could throw in for a small, pull something out of Mania and start that, because you know farm. This is another cute small. This is Country Cottage Needleworks Jump for Joy sheep, and it's Jump for Joy. Here's another Lizzie Kate. This is Be Silly. Be silly, be honest, be kind. Another super cute one. I mean, easily converted to what I have in stash. I loved this one. This is Bent Creek Oodles of Spring. And I love the gnome and the bluebirds and the bunny and the little mouse and the bird. Oh my gosh, I love so much about this. It's so cute. It's not super big either. It's 81 by 61. And it comes with a cute little star button that goes, I guess, on this little thing right here. Love it. Oodles of Spring. And then this one was Little House Needleworks. And this is He Is Risen. And I love this. I will do converting on this. But I loved it. I would make it maybe a little more prim instead of so, you know, poppy of colors. So anyway, got those super fast. Another little great place to go. That was actually where, like I said, I got the By the Chimney with Care before it was even back in reprint. So, good to check out if maybe you have like a chart that you like really want to find. Okay, I did have a 1, 2, 3 stitch order. It was a bunch of DMC that I already put away into my Farewell to Anger and my Ice Princess. But I have been obsessed with Nicole Needleworks, Nicole of Nicole Needleworks thread drops. These are Access Commodities thread drops. I ordered 2 packs of them. I was ordering a big swap of DMC from 1, 2, 3 stitch. Might as well add something a little more luxurious. So I got 2 sets of those from there. Then a seller on, I have had these in my wish list for 100 years, it feels like, on 1, 2, 3 stitch. And a seller on Stash Unload was selling her charts for $5 a piece. So I got all of them. And these are like double that on 1, 2, 3 stitch. So this is Tralala, collection Tralala. And these are Mouton au fil de moi. So it's the sheep with girls for the months. Sheep and field. Sheep. not sheeps. Oh my gosh. Sheep and girl throughout the months. So you've got, these are so cute. Janvier and February, which is January and February. And she has her little man friend in February. And then you've got Mars and Avril. Super cute. Super cute. No Easter bunny. Or a bunny. And you've got May and Juin. And I did take French for some time. Biscuit, strawberry, so cute. Juillet and Août. Love it. And then we have Septembre and Octobre. And then November and December. Love it. Love it. Look at the black crows. So cute. So I got them all. And they're 61 by 61, so they're small. So after I finish Square Dance this year, I think I might start these in 2021. Or start them, you know, I don't know. But I just thought they were too good of a deal to pass up since they'd been on my wish list for a while. I recently joined the Color and Cotton Thread Club from their website. And so I joined their All Colors 10 skein. So I got my first month's worth. And so All Colors is kind of, you can get prims, you can get brights. I hate to take these out, but I want to tell you the names. This bag is aggressive with its zip seal. So this would make like the perfect palette in my opinion for a super cute stitch. Taffy, Rhubarb, Peach Cobbler, Chartreuse, and Glacier Blue. So those are more kind of the brights that I got. But again, I got the All Colors. They do have a neutrals. I don't know if it's called neutrals or prim. And they have a brights. The fabrics I get are the neutrals. I might have done for even weave all colors for my fabric. I can't remember. But these are more neutral. So I like that I got half kind of bright and half kind of neutral. So this is Medieval, Mist, Clay, Caramel Apple, and Flaxseed. So I thought those are really pretty. I like that Medieval. Those are pretty. So, love them. Some are more variegated than others. I don't have anything negative to say about Color and Cotton. Well worth the wait. Well worth. Their prices are fantastic. Okay, so if you are set to get the Dying to Stitch Quaint Country Ladies Club kit, please avert your eyes because I got mine and I'm going to share it with you. So this year's Quaint Country Ladies are going to be by Pineberry Lane, and they're all going to have, I think, a fallish vibe. And so this is the Witch's Garden. So I am not a Halloween stitcher, but I don't think this is necessarily for sure Halloween. I think it could be just a fall stitch. I'm still on the fence about it. I'm going to be honest. I'm still on the fence about it. But I think it's a super cute chart. So it came with the linen, the flosses, the backing, which is like a felty velvet, and then the tiny pink chenille, not pink, oh my gosh, the tiny pom-poms. Black chenille pom-poms. So it literally comes with everything, including a needle, to finish this. And the price you can't beat. I mean, so watch for these next year because they are closed right now. All right. I feel like I need to take a drink. Take a breath. Take a drink. Talk amongst yourselves. Okay. So what's next? Oh, I placed an order with Fat Quarter Shop for one thing, and then of course I added other. I wanted to try their finishing tape, their 3/4 inch finishing tape. It's double-sided. From what I understand, as I've seen Priscilla and Chelsea talk about this, Java Girl Stitches, I think she talked about it too. I think anybody who gets like their rep package has talked about this. I think Jan Hicks talked about it. I think Stitchin' Mommy talked about it. Anyway, I've heard that it's kind of an alternative to sticky board. And I have a lot of mat board. So I have some finishing I want to get done. I have the mat board already cut. I was waiting on this. It got here early in the week, but I didn't even open it. For you folks. For you. So anyway, I'm going to put that to the test. Now, Fat Quarter Shop before, now I ordered these before I ordered the ones from 1-2-3 Stitch. So I have 2 other packages. So I have 4 packages of the thread drops now. That's okay. It's all right. I did go ahead and order Prim Village. I love this chart. I think it's cute that it comes with a little bag charm or keychain or floss charm or whatever you want to call it. I actually have the 25. I got it the last time I ordered from them. I got the 25 count Lori Holt vintage cloth, the in oatmeal. And one of the things they called for you could stitch this on would be that oatmeal. So I'm going to stitch it the 2/2 on that 25 count. I don't have it pulled because there's no definitive plans for this. But I think this could be really cute to stitch, to set about to stitch one a month and to make the colors fit kind of the month. That was my thought because there are 12 houses. So I don't know. We'll see. So anyway, I did get that. I didn't get the flosses or the floss pack or anything like that. So I did also get from them, I had wanted one of the Lori Holt design boards, and I thought the red gingham was really cute. I'm going to have this next to my stitchy spot so I can just toss floss or whatever. So it's like the little caddy cross stitch ones. The difference is this thing is like solid. And the back is like cardstock feel. So this is a big one. This is a 10 by 10. So this is going to sit and move with me from spot to spot when I'm stitching. So yeah, got that. I figure if I'm ordering stuff, I might as well order some of the other stuff to try out. And then I got from Stars Hollow Stitchery, which is Erica House, I got this project bag. And it is so cute. And you're going to watch as I move a project into this right now. Because you got to have a cute bag. Where is it? I gotta find it. It's in a sad plastic. Not that the plastic ones are sad, but to me, I want all my projects in nice fancy bags, but I can't afford that many fancy bags. I found it. So you might be wondering which one of your farm projects is moving into there. Well, to answer your question, Farm Life by Little House Needleworks is moving into this bag right now. We're moving it in. Moving on up to the east side, to that deluxe apartment in the sky. We're moving on up to the east side. Finally got a piece of that pie. I know that that's not exactly the tune, but it's the tune you get from me today. Somebody asked if I would do a musical interlude. Well, there was your musical interlude. So now it's in a pretty project bag. I like this size. It's more of a square, and I like it. Oh, by the way, I'm also sitting on the floor again today. My feet are starting to fall asleep. So we're going to have to wrap this up pretty quick. Unfortunately, one of the last things I have to share with you is a big old bag of floss from Color and Cotton. This is my first sale order. So one of the first things that I got, and there's actually a Wayward Skein in here. I don't know if you remember from one of my previous videos. I guess I could have gotten the chart out of my area. But that Modern Folk Embroidery Gloria. I'm going to do it a little non-traditional, not red. I'm going to do it all in Dahlia. So it's this pretty like purpley pinky gorgeousness. So Dahlia is going to be for that one. I also got Purple Rain. That was in the bag, which is a really awesome bright purple. Okay, then she didn't like the colorway. Like, how fun is this? Love it. Okay. And I literally just went down the list and I was like, that sounds pretty. That looks pretty. Okay. So in this reddish pack, we have Red Clay, Bombay, Hollyberry, Rhubarb, Cherry Fizz, which I just got a rhubarb, Cranberry, Candy Hearts, and Pressed Petals. Oh, so pretty. Oh, goodness. Oh, my gosh. I literally would like, if I was less appropriate, I would like lay these all out on the floor and roll around on them. Like the money scene in Indecent Proposal. Like roll around in all the color and cotton floss. Okay, that was slightly inappropriate. Alright, so then, hold on, I'm not done yet. Then I got, I could not resist. I did not know she had a color of this color. So I got 4 skeins of this because I'm going to have to find a project for this. some kind of monochrome. But this is unicorn tail. Shut up. So good. Let me get it like this. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It is like pinks, purples, blues, yellows. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I got 4 skeins of that. And then I got bell bottoms, Battleship, Windsor, and Typewriter. Now, mind you, after I did this, I went and inventoried, and I already have 2 Battleship, but this is literally such an awesome, awesome, like, pseudo-neutral. Oh. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So I have more coming. Because can't stop, won't stop. I do think there were even still some today when I looked. I didn't order anymore. I did love some for some of y'all. But I did see that they had some. So if you were wanting to get some of their $2 skeins before they changed their tags. Run, don't walk. Pause my video. Go over, buy now. Okay, then we've got Pickle. I got 2 of Northern Lights because I was obsessed with it when I saw it. Rain Washed, Bracken, Garland, and Lava Stone. And a couple of these I repeat bought. Bracken was one. And Rain Washed because I already have them in projects and they're good colors. Like Rain Washed to me looks a little bit like, is it Rain Shower by Color and Cotton? No, Classic Colorworks. I don't know. Anyway, so super fun. That was a super bright, fun package to get in the mail. Exciting. I have another one coming. I actually have quite a number of orders coming because I've got things ordered. So yeah, I highly, highly, highly recommend. Highly recommend. Now what you may notice is missing, but that does not mean that my code has expired yet, is I do not have an order from Threads and Twine this week because they all came so lightning fast that they have all arrived and been put away and unpacked and shown to you already. So my code still is good though. So go visit Threads and Twine, Joy15, get you 15% off. So yeah. So that accomplishes stitching stash plans. Now I'm going to share a little bit of some lifey type updates that I didn't share at the beginning. If you're not here for the life update, I totally get that. Not everybody is. So I will. But if you're here for the life update, let me share with you a little bit. So today, unfortunately, Governor Abbott, who is the governor of the great state of Texas, decided that he was executive ordering all schools to be closed for the remainder of this school year. So I read it. I did not share it with Joy-Filled Little One because she didn't. She didn't need to know yet. She still believes. She knew our date got moved to May 4th because I had to tell her because we were supposed to go back the 13th, and she knew that. So I shared with her it was May 4th. She does not need to know that it's the rest of this school year. She prays every day that the virus will go away enough so she can go back to school and see her friends. So when I read the news, my husband was outside working, organizing tools or something, I don't know. So I went out to the garage, and by the time I started walking out the door, I was literally crying, like crying. And he's like, "What is going on?" And I said, he just closed school through the end of the year. And he's like, "What?" So then I said, "Oh, Governor Abbott, sorry." I just said he. Like, pronouns, they're great if you know who you're talking about. So I just cried, and, you know, he gave me a hug, and he was like, "I'm so sorry." I said, "I'm crying because I'm sad for her, for Joy-Filled Little One. I am sad because I miss my kids." Zoom is not the same. I Zoomed with 2 kids today, a kid yesterday, and a kid the day before yesterday. It was so good for my heart. It was so good to see their faces and their smiles, but it is not the same at all. So, bit of a blow. We chose to not tell her because we are very transparent about lots of things, but we are not telling her that. She still does not know that I went to the emergency room because she does not need to worry. But I will say yesterday was her breaking point. A little bit of backstory. When I was about 15 years old, I had a meltdown. Like, it was like everything had piled on, and I finally was like, whoa! Like, it was bad. And my mom was like, what in the world is going on? And I said, it's like when your drawers get all full and you just have to empty them out. You just have to clean them out. And so she actually had a pillow monogrammed with that. When your drawers get full, sometimes you just have to empty them. So yesterday, Joy-Filled Little One's drawers were full. They got full. So we had a really good day. School was pretty good. She was supposed to have a Zoom with her whole class at like 11. And they were supposed to give the code and all of that for security reasons not until like 10:50. Well, I had a Zoom with a student at 10:45. So I left, Mr. Joy-Filled and Joy-Filled Little One in the other room managing that with like my email open, so when the link came through, she could go in and get on. Well, so I get done at like 11:05 and she's still waiting. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe we're having technology problems. You never know. Well, then she starts saying, well, what if I didn't get invited? And I'm like, oh my gosh, my poor child is going to think that she was not invited to the class Zoom. So I finally sent an email to her teacher and I said, hey, is the Zoom still going on? Like, we haven't gotten our link, and, little one is sitting here saying she's worried she didn't get invited and all this, that, the other. Well, we hear back from the teacher and she's like, I wondered why she wasn't there. Apparently we didn't get the invite and neither did like 4 other kids. So I didn't share with her that she truly was right that she didn't get the invite, but it was a technology glitch. And so her teacher felt terrible, and I was like, no, don't worry about it. It's okay. Like, it happens. But she rescheduled for 12:30. And so she met with the few that didn't get the invite. So it was like only 4 people. So it was even more special in my opinion. But it was kind of sad that she didn't get to be there for the whole class part. But anyway, after that, she was, I was working on something, and I think it was actual, like, work. And I hear this screaming. Well, it turns out she's out on the trampoline, and her daddy has sprayed her down. Like, full clothes, sprayed her down. I was like, oh, good gravy. So I was like, really? You have 80 bathing suits? Okay, maybe I'm a hyperbole right now. I'm exaggerating. She didn't have 80 bathing suits. She has at least 8. She has all these bathing suits, and you don't take 5 seconds to go in and put on a bathing suit before you spray yourself down with a hose. Well, so he took full responsibility. She's all pouty. We changed her in a bathing suit. She comes in. Then she's cold. Well, then her hair, which has gotten very, very long. I mean, it's down to like the middle of her back. And rightly, because she wanted it that way. Well, now we're to a point where we can't get it trimmed. Her hair got her shirt wet. And that was the straw that broke the camel's back and the thing that made her drawers full. She literally was crying, trying to pull her hair out of her head, pulling it up, chopping it with her arm. And I was like, it's okay, I understand. It's just, I know it's gotten your shirt wet. Let's put a towel around. It's okay. And then she's shrieking so much that Mr. Joy-Filled comes down from upstairs because he's up watching TV. And he's like, if I can hear you over the TV, something is not right. Well, then she's screaming at the top of her lungs. He tries to pick her up, love on her and hug on her. She wants nothing of that. She slithers down to the floor. So finally, I get a blanket, I wrap it around her, and I hold her, and I just rock her. And so I'm sitting on the couch just rocking and patting on her, and just calming her down. Her drawers got full yesterday, so goodness knows I was not telling her that school's not going back today. Bless her heart. I'm going to tell you, it is hard to be 8, an only child, and I mean, her friends that have siblings, they have somebody at least to play with, and I play with her, but I'm not as fun as a kid. I'm not. Mama's 40. So we've been trying to get outside every day, clear our heads. She's been scootering. She's getting so good. She's so fast, though. And I'm a fast walker, and she blows me away. So I have to be like, stop, you're too far. But I think it's been good for her to get out and get moving, too. She's gotten on the trampoline twice now. So we are less fearful of bugs, I think. For now. We'll see how long it lasts. But that's where we are with that. Apparently, The governor wants to try to open more retail establishments next week for curbside, which my husband hopes may mean he has to go back to work. He is manufacturing, so there's a chance they could put them back to work. There's a chance they could put them back to work and he have to wear a mask. But they'll have to do a fit test and make sure that he can work adequately in the mask they provide. And they'll have to fit test everyone because it's part of their, I guess maybe it's OSHA. I'm not exactly sure who oversees that. But he was telling me about that today. I said, because I'll need to get you some masks. And he goes, no. They would surely provide us if we have to wear them. And I was like, okay, because they provide him all the other safety gear. He wears cut sleeves. He wears cut gloves. He wears safety glasses. He wears a certain kind of vest. Like, he has all these, things that he has to wear. But he wants to get back to work. He's good when he's busy. When he's not, today he was very aggravated with his phone. I was like, does it need an update? Let's try to problem solve it. As he was about to I was like, well, okay. We've all reached our point. I reached mine like last week when I screamed in the garage. So anyway, that being said, we're in this for the long haul. I am hopeful that by summer things start to normal out a little bit. In the case of, I want my kid to socialize with other kids, and so my hope would be for her, not for me, because I love having her around, and we're doing really well with school, and we're doing really well with each other. Like, we have enough space in our house that like today she was like, hey, I'm gonna go lay down for a few minutes, and she went in her room and was reading and was laying in her bed and being all comfy, and I was sitting in the living room, and I have my craft room and all of that. I want her to be able to like do summer camps and things, like not go away camps, but our school has little summer camps. Like, they have a Lego camp, and they have this kind of camp and a cooking camp, and I've got her signed up for some of them, and I'd love for her to be able to do that. After being at home, as long as she's going to have been at home, over 2 months, she needs some kid time. She needs to be a kid, not be around two grumpy old adults. So I think that's about it. I think so. This will not be a week of 3 videos. I don't know what else I could film for you, but if you think of anything, let me know. If you're excited about Mania and would like to see maybe a daily video from me, let me know. I know that can get kind of, people are like, no, I don't need that much of you. If you don't need that much of me in your feed, let me know. And thank you all so much for joining me this evening. I love these videos. I love chatting with the screen. It's just super fun. And I am bummed. I will tell you one other thing. I am bummed. StitchCon, I knew it was inevitable, but StitchCon is getting moved to 2021. They announced it. But you know what? They had to do they had to do that. I knew it. I knew it was coming. But I hadn't canceled anything, and I was like, if it's going on, I'm going to be there. I might have to drive. I might have to start out like a weekend ahead of time to get there. Because I don't think I'd get myself on a plane. I think it'd take a lot for me to get into a small cabin with a bunch of germs. After all this, I was telling my husband, I feel like we're going to have a population of agoraphobic people. Not everybody. Some people are like, get me out of the house, I need to see people. But I think there's going to be people like, I don't know about you. Could you have a germ? Is that cough allergies, or is that cough something more? And not to make light of people who do have that, that's crippling. That was kind of, I didn't mean for it to make light of that. And to whoever it is that keeps giving me the one thumbs down, turn those thumbs up, and let's give us a thumbs up this week. I hope that's my screen grab. I really do. I think I've had one like that before. Leave it to YouTube. It probably will pick that one, or it'll pick this one. I put it out there in the universe. I don't make my own thumbnails. And I'm going to have to edit this one because we had a couple of interruptions. But anywho, hopefully things for those of us that crave socialization. I am an extrovert. I miss my coworkers. I miss my students. I miss people. I haven't seen my brother in a long while. But anyway, I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. I hope that you're finding joy in this journey, that you're finding joy in the things that bring you joy. I mean, maybe being at home brings you joy. And I know some people are out there still working, you know, and we talked about all this stitchy time, and not everybody has that. I have many dear friends who are doctors, nurses, PAs, first responders, people that are in the food industry. That's my own family. And so there are people that are out at getting that extra stress added to them, wondering if they're going to bring something home to their families. So for them, I pray for you. I pray that you are all well and you continue to be well and you continue to find things that are releases to this anxiety and stress that we're in right now. And I look forward to talking with you next week and seeing kind of what's going on with you. Like, leave me a comment. Tell me what's going on. Tell me which project you're excited to see me start. Or if there's something I've shown you that you think I should start also. Because let me tell you, I could add more. I'm already trumping Erin. I think Erin has 21. That means she needs to add some more. Alrighty, folks. With that, I'm going to leave you for this evening. I'm going to go have me some dinner. I might actually watch Downton Abbey tonight. I didn't get to it last week. I kind of fell asleep in my chair. So anyway, bye, my friends.